Hello, Terry here. Today what I'd like to talk about is, well, the label of this video is It May Be a Trap. And it actually may be a trap. So you've been warned, maybe. But then again, it may not be. It might not be. That might just be clickbait. Let you decide. Okay. What I want to do is to sort of ramble on for a bit about one of the things that I do. Every now and then I think I should try to write a story, like a novel or something like that. And I think of these plots. And then when I go to actually write it down, A, I find out it's very, very hard work, and B, after a lot of hard work and chipping things out, it never matches what's ever in my mind, how the actions go, the dialogue goes, and stuff like that. It falls really flat. And that's because I'm probably not a very gifted writer. However, one of the things I do enjoy is to make up plots. To put different people into different characters, stuff like that, and then just sort of see how that would go, as a mental exercise. And for this video, I wanted to sort of bring you along, or actually have your input. Of course, I can't get your input unless you write it in comments, of course, but sort of see how you would do things. Okay, so for this particular thing that I'm thinking about, what I want to do is have basically about 4 characters. There's a couple of main characters, okay. One is a little girl. It could be a boy, it could be a girl. Young child. She has a long neck. I can't draw either, by the way. Okay. Shall we give her a name? Sally. Which is a very good name because I don't think I know any Sallys. It gets confusing if you pick people whose names you know. Okay. Now, let's do another character. And I'll call him Bad Guy. Okay? And looks pretty bad, doesn't he? I'll call him Hidden Hero. Call him HH for short, okay? Now, those are the 3 main characters. There are a couple other people, like Sally's parents, for example. Okay, here's the story. Sally here goes to school. And either she has found out, either she has found out or some of her classmates have found out something very, very incriminating against the bad guy. Something that could really bring him down. Now, the bad guy really controls the town that she's in. Matter of fact, controls the whole countryside that she's in, okay? Big area of land that she's in, okay? But he tends to be vulnerable, at least thinks he's vulnerable. And she might have information, although she might not realize it, or actually some of her classmates might have information that will bring him down. Now, this guy, he's sort of the person that we're going to be focusing on because we want to see what his actions are. Sally doesn't really have any action. She's just going to go through life as usual. The bad guy wants to protect his self-interest. Now, there's no relationship between HH and the bad guy. Really none at all. But there's a almost fatherly bond between HH and Sally. Might even be, maybe he was a sperm donor for the parents or something like that, but he's sort of in the background. He's really in the background, but there's a big connection between him and her. Although she might not realize it at this time because she's a bit young, although she's going to school. But he likes to look out for her. So he keeps track of what's going on in the community. Now, the bad guy decides that he wants to eliminate Sally. Possibly her friends, but let's eliminate. Let's say that he's narrowed down this thing back to Sally, that she's the threat. He wants to eliminate her. So, now here, how would you write HH's response? One thing you could do is to contact Sally's parents and say, hey, get out of Dodge. You know, so to speak. If you're not an American, you might not know what that phrase means. It means split. Leave. That'd be one option. You know, just sort of, that's way you can keep in the background. Just tell the parents, hey, just leave. Things might get hard for her, okay? Well, the bad guy really doesn't know. Okay, let's make another twist here. Bad guy doesn't really know who has the goods on him. So what he's going to do is to blow up every school. Okay? What would HH do? Now, this guy is very, very powerful. Would he contact every parent around and say, hey, your kid's in danger? Would he go and actually put a hit on the bad guy? Kill the bad guy? I mean, that's one option. Would he tell the bad guy, hey, look, you're going to have to take your lumps, and if you don't, I'm going to have somebody kill you. You know, that'd be another thing you could do. What would you do if you were HH? Or actually, you're not really HH, you know, you're writing a story about HH. You want him to be a fairly decent person, but, you know, you might want to, you know, it's up to you, you know, how decent you want HH to be, okay? So, now to that end, what I want to do is leave you with a thing from Matthew chapter 2.